guys, and welcome back to another movie review. So, I have a couple days to catch up on for the October reviews, so probably over this weekend you'll be getting double movie reviews for both days just to get caught back up to speed. But anyway, so finally doing Rocky Horror Picture Show. No, this was not my first time watching it, not by a long shot. But we're finally now getting to it for this series. I meant to last year. I had every intention of it happening last year. I watched it and everything. Ended up being the day that my dog died that night, so, kind of, you know. So, doing it this year instead? Not because I wanted a redo on that, although that too, but it's been brought to my attention it has a sequel that I didn't know existed, and now I had the perfect excuse to revisit this. So, the next review will be that. But anyway, you know darn well, it's going to be a clusterfuck of a movie with what the fuckery of a plot. When even Internet Movie Database, its synopsis of this film is merely a newly engaged couple have a breakdown in an isolated area and must seek shelter at the bizarre residence of Dr. Frankenfurter. That is all it says. I mean, technically, not wrong, but there's a lot more to it than that. Oh my god, so it's like a 50-year-old movie practically at this point. I don't think anybody's really too pinched for spoilers here, so it doesn't really matter. So the two main characters of this movie, Brad and Janet, are like two complete and total normies, like honestly kind of lame in like how uptight they are and everything, and that's the point. They're supposed to be. And they've just come back from a wedding and they end up getting engaged themselves, and then, you know, they're driving along getting ready to go on a getaway, and the car breaks down in the middle of a rainstorm to boot. So Brad gets out and he tries to find somewhere with a telephone to call for help. Instead, they find the Frankenfurter castle, really. Which obviously, Dr. Frankenfurter is played by the ever-fabulous Tim Curry, whom we all know and love. Janet is Susan Sarandon, Brad is Barry Bostwick, and then we have a whole other cast of characters that come in as well. There's Riff Raff, who's Richard O'Brien, Magenta, Patricia Quinn, Columbia is Little Nell. It's like, oh my god, such an all-star cast. And can't forget Eddie, who's played by Meatloaf in this. He's only in one scene, but he only needs the one scene. So if you're going, I don't know how I feel about Meatloaf, don't worry, he's not in that much of it. So basically, in the best summation that I can of this synopsis, once they get to the castle, they think they're just gonna, like, come in, like, hang their coats to dry, find a phone, etc., etc. But, oh, there is a party going on, and they're invited to at least spectate or anything while they're on their way to speak to Dr. Frankenfurter. This is where the whole time warp scene happens. They end up meeting him right after that, after they're sufficiently freaked out, or at least Janet is. And here comes Dr. Frankenfurter, who's a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. And comes out sashaying around absolutely fabulously. So there's that going on. And invites them to witness his latest experiment, his latest creation. It's Rocky, which is basically a very hypersexualized version of Frankenstein in this retelling. So they watch him animate him. Somewhere in the mix in comes Eddie on a motorcycle, tearing up the place, causing hell. Columbia, his little groupie, is of course squeeing with delight the whole time, until this ends badly for Eddie. Womp womp. So anyway, no one besides Frankenfurter really knows what happened to the body. Doesn't seem that important for all the debauchery that goes down between point A and point B. until Eddie's uncle comes looking for him. And that becomes a whole plot point in and of itself. And of course, then when the body becomes discovered in the coffee table, you know, they're that much more hell-bent on, yeah, we need to call the popo on these crazy fucks. But, for a lack of a better way of putting it, and then around this point, the movie takes a turn. It takes a hard left. I mean, there's a whole thing with a Medusa ray that turns them not only into stone, but butt-naked statues. Why? Because they can. This, of course, after all the very dubiously consenting scenes with Dr. Frankenfurter with Brad and Janet separately, tricking them into thinking they're with each other until, you know, the mask comes off. But yes, this is all culminating towards that ray. And then he wants to reanimate them on stage for his own amusement because he can. And around this point comes Magenta and Riff Raff, who I guess are... I think they're aliens? I don't even know. I don't even know for sure. This, like I said, it takes a hard left at the end and it's like... what? Anyway. And there's a whole battle between Riff Raff and Frankenfurter, and I won't give away the ending, but the last shot is the Frankenstein castle launching into the sky like a rocket. So, you know, it is an absolute acid trip of a movie, but that is my favorite kind of movie. So, I don't know, I love this thing. For me, it's tradition, watch it every year around this time, predictably, of course, as it is with so many other people's. And unlike the shitty Fox Live remake from whatever year that was, I know I made a video about it at the time, bitching about it left and right. This is the true version as far as I'm concerned. This is the only version you need. You don't need any other crap. So for me, as weird as it is, both in terms of plot as well as just all of it, I still give this a 4 out of 5 stars. It's not perfect, because like I said, that plot, it's making sense, chugging along, la 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 la, doing its thing, and then it just, but wait, am I still watching the same movie? I'm so confused. It's one of those. So, because it takes such a hard left to a point where it's like, were there some scenes here between point A and point B at one point that got chopped that would have made this all make a lot more sense? Possibly. I don't know. If somebody knows, you should let me know. But regardless, yeah, that is basically my one complaint with this film. But now that I know it has a sequel, I am very eager to see what all is in that one, because that I have not seen before, and it will be a first-time watch for me once I track down somewhere that has it. I think I see somewhere online that has it. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. That is my very shitty summation of Rocky Horror Picture Show in terms of the plot. But, yeah, it just... Tim Curry is so fabulous in this. I think it is my favorite Tim Curry role, personally. And just everyone in general in it is so good at their roles that I'm like, what's not to love? The only people who don't love this thing are people who are really uptight, probably have some repressed homophobia stuff going on. I don't know, but those are generally the type that just don't fuck with Rocky Horror. For the rest of us, I'm pretty sure we all kind of unequivocally love this thing. So anyway, that is it for this one, guys. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below, make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more is all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.